What if I told you that chasing goals is actually slowing you down? We've all been taught to set big goals. Lose 10 kilos. Make $1 million. Start a successful business. Write a best-selling book. We create vision boards, write down our New Year's resolutions, and promise ourselves that this time will be different. We get excited, motivated, inspired, and then, a few weeks later, that energy fades. The gym membership goes unused. The book idea stays in our head. The business plan sits in a folder on our desktop. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The problem isn't you. The problem is the way you've been taught to think about success. The most successful people in the world don't obsess over goals. They build systems. And today, I'm going to show you why focusing on systems instead of goals can completely change your life, and how you can build a system that actually works. Let's start with something simple. What exactly is a goal? A goal is an outcome. It's a result you want to achieve. I want to lose weight. I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to get promoted. I want to write a book. Goals are future-focused. They're about where you want to be, not where you are right now. And there's nothing wrong with goals. They give you direction. They give you something to aim at. Without goals, you drift. But here's the problem. Goals are momentary. They are a finish line. And once you cross that finish line, what happens next? Let's say your goal is to lose 10 kilos. You diet hard. You go to the gym every day. You push yourself with extreme discipline. After months of struggle, you finally hit your target weight. You celebrate. And then, slowly, you go back to your old habits. Because the goal was never the real issue. The system behind your daily behavior was. Now let's define systems. A system is the process you follow every single day. It's not about the result. It's about the routine. It's the set of habits, actions, and structures that you repeat consistently. If your goal is to write a book, your system might be writing 500 words every day. If your goal is to get fit, your system might be exercising 30 minutes daily and meal prepping every Sunday. If your goal is to improve productivity, your system might be planning your top 3 tasks every morning before checking your phone. Goals are about outcomes. Systems are about processes. Goals say, I want to win. Systems say, I will train every day at 6 a.m. Goals say, I want to be successful. Systems say, I will spend 1 hour learning and improving daily. Here's why this difference matters so much. First, consistency beats motivation every single time. Motivation is emotional. It's unpredictable. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable. Other days, you feel tired, distracted, and uninspired. If your entire strategy depends on feeling motivated, you're in trouble. Systems don't care how you feel. When you have a system, you don't ask yourself, do I feel like working out today? You simply follow the routine. It's what you do. It becomes automatic. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't set a goal to brush your teeth 30 times this month. You have a system. Every morning and every night, you do it. No drama. No negotiation. That's the power of systems. Second, systems focus on what you can control. You can't fully control whether your book becomes a bestseller. You can't fully control whether your business succeeds in a competitive market. You can't fully control how other people respond to your work. But you can control whether you sit down and write today. You can control whether you send that email. You can control whether you practice your craft for 1 hour. When you focus on goals, you become obsessed with outcomes you can't fully control. When you focus on systems, you put your energy into actions you can control. And that shift alone reduces stress dramatically. Instead of worrying about whether you'll lose 10 kilos, you focus on today's workout and today's meals. Instead of stressing about making $100,000 this year, you focus on improving your skill and delivering value today. Stress decreases. Clarity increases. Third, systems reduce procrastination. Procrastination often happens because goals feel overwhelming. Write a book feels massive. Start a business feels huge. Your brain sees the size of the task and shuts down. But write 500 words feels manageable. Do 10 minutes of research feels doable. Send 1 proposal feels simple. When you break big goals into small daily actions and turn them into a system, your brain stops resisting. You remove the emotional weight attached to the outcome and focus on the next small step. And here's the most powerful reason systems beat goals: compounding. Imagine doing 2 push-ups today. It sounds insignificant, almost pointless. But what if you did 2 push-ups every day for a month, then increased it to 5, then 10, then 20. Over time, those small actions stack. They compound. They transform you. The same applies to writing. 500 words a day may not seem impressive, but in 1 year, that's over 180,000 words. That's multiple books. Small actions, repeated consistently, create massive results. That's how real progress happens. Not through dramatic bursts of effort, but through boring, consistent repetition. So how do you build a system that actually works? Step 1. Start with identity, not outcome. Instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, say, I am becoming a runner. Instead of saying, I want to write a book, say, I am a writer. This shift is subtle but powerful. When you identify as something, your behavior changes. A runner runs. A writer writes. A healthy person makes healthy choices. When your actions are tied to your identity, they feel natural instead of forced. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? Not what do I want to achieve, but who do I want to be? Once you define that identity, build your system around proving it true every day. Step 2. Focus on small, repeatable actions. The mistake most people make is starting too big. They go from 0 workouts to 2 hours a day. From no writing to trying to write 3,000 words daily. From no savings to trying to invest half their income overnight. It doesn't last. Instead, start embarrassingly small. 5 minutes of reading. 10 push-ups. 1 paragraph. 1 sales call. 1 conversation with a stranger. The goal isn't to impress anyone. The goal is to build consistency. Consistency builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum builds results. Tiny habits lead to big outcomes over time. Step 3. Stack habits. Habit stacking means attaching a new habit to something you already do. For example, after brushing your teeth, meditate for 2 minutes. After making your morning tea or coffee, write for 10 minutes. After finishing dinner, review your goals and plan tomorrow. By attaching a new behavior to an existing routine, you make it easier to remember and harder to skip. Your brain loves patterns. Use that to your advantage. Step 4. Track your actions, not your results. Most people track outcomes. They step on the scale every day. They check their bank balance constantly. They obsess over likes, views, and numbers. Instead, track your behaviors. Did you work out today? Yes or no? Did you write 500 words? Yes or no? Did you complete your top 3 tasks? Yes or no? A simple checklist can change everything. When you see a chain of completed actions, you don't want to break it. You become motivated by progress, not by distant outcomes. Focus on the inputs. The outputs will take care of themselves. Step 5. Iterate and improve. Your first system won't be perfect. That's okay. Maybe 500 words a day is too much at first. Reduce it to 300. Maybe working out in the evening doesn't work for you. Try mornings. Maybe your checklist is too complicated. Simplify it. Systems are flexible. They evolve. The key is not to quit when something doesn't work. Adjust it. Refine it. Improve it. Now let's look at some practical examples. If your goal is to write a book, your system could be writing 500 words every day at the same time, in the same place, without distractions. If your goal is to get fit, your system could be 30 minutes of exercise daily and preparing healthy meals every Sunday so you don't rely on willpower during the week. If your goal is to improve productivity, your system could be planning your top 3 tasks every morning before opening social media or checking messages. If your goal is to build confidence, your system could be speaking to 1 new person every day, even if it's just a short conversation. Notice something about these systems. They are simple, clear, repeatable. They don't depend on feeling inspired. They depend on showing up. And here's a mindset shift that can change everything. Goals give you direction, but systems give you movement. Goals are like a destination on a map. Systems are the steps you take every day to get there. Without a destination, you wander. But without steps, you never arrive. The mistake most people make is obsessing over the destination while ignoring the steps. They visualize the dream body but skip the daily workout. They imagine the successful business but avoid the daily grind. They dream about confidence but avoid uncomfortable conversations. Motion beats intention every time. You don't become successful by thinking about success. You become successful by doing the work consistently. You don't become confident by wishing for confidence. You become confident by taking small, courageous actions daily. When you fall in love with the process, the outcome becomes inevitable. If you genuinely enjoy training, you'll eventually get fit. If you genuinely enjoy learning and building, you'll eventually succeed in your field. If you genuinely enjoy writing, you'll eventually produce something meaningful. But if you only care about the result, you'll quit when the result is slow. Systems shift your focus from "when will I win" to "did I show up today?" And that question, "did I show up today?" is the only one that truly matters. If this message resonated with you, take a moment right now and decide, what system are you going to start today? And if you want more practical strategies to build systems for success, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join this journey of continuous growth. Because the life you want isn't built in a single moment of inspiration. It's built in the quiet, repeated actions you take every single day.